Okay.
Go
How
ahead.
do you apply the accountability when it is the conversation of women this and men this?
What do you mean? How do you apply accountability?
Because that's where these conversations keep living. In the so many women this, most women this,
But do
most
you think? Do
men
you think for
this.
1 second? Do you think for 1 second that when you point these things out, do you think that every person is rejecting it? Do you think that there's a possibility that when you're having these conversations, there are actually people that saying, you know what, I did do that fucked up and I do need to tighten up, whether they're male or female. There are
All I'm saying is those people aren't typically talking on these panels, because every dude that you see on here and every woman that you see on here is turning around and saying, that's not me. And
well that
so I just don't see where the
that's the
solving
problem.
part is
Well,
coming in.
that's the problem. And that's one of the biggest problems. When we're talking about this, the first thing you bring up the guys on YouTube that's saying they're not going to date a woman that has kids, and they're not going to do this and they're not going to do that. Stop focusing on the goofy ass dude and focus on the dudes that's actually about something. If you're picking, if you're choosing, you don't choose the person that's on some bullshit. If you call somebody out on their crap and they make an excuse or a justification for it, then you know that's not the person to deal with. Right or wrong?
No, you're correct. And that's on the personal level. I'm talking about in terms of how the conversations go. And that's
But
the
no,
part
no,
that
no,
gets
no, no.
exhausting.
Well,
No, hold on. Real quick, real quick. Do you not think that, like, for example, let me ask you this. You're damn sure old enough to know the old saying, only a real friend will tell you what when you have a booger in your nose, right? So my whole thing is that when you talk about like the shaming thing and all of that, I believe that you're missing the whole point of everything being said. Someone who wants to build, someone who wants to grow, someone who wants to be better. The only way that that's supposed to happen is if you have the right circle around you that's going to let you know this part is right, that part's not. And if what you're trying to say is everything that somebody says is effed up, if they're trying to correct you. So if Leanne, if you're my lady and you're 600 pounds, and I'm like, you know what, we need to get your weight down. Are you going to sit there and start crying and being like, no, you're trying to shame me? Or are you going to recognize that I see as a man, you're not going to be around long enough for us to really live our life because of your weight and because of your health, from diabetes, from swollen ankles, bad joints, low energy, you name it. Because of your weight, you're not going to be able to be as physical as me. So I'm just saying, hey, love, let's go ahead and let's get this right. But you keep on looking at shit like I'm trying to shame you. I'm trying to make you feel bad because you want to stay complacent. And that's why these women go for these weak, simp ass fuck niggas. Because they want the dudes that's going to allow them to stay right where the fuck they are. And we're not going to play these games like that's not what it is. The very moment that you get around a man that actually has a standard that you very well see that's above your living standards, you hightail the fuck up out of there ASAP. And not only that, you turn the fuck around and try to make it seem like it was something to fuck wrong with that man. No, it wasn't. You knew damn well you didn't meet up, you didn't add up to the qualities. So all I'm saying is not
What
that you
is the
even turn.
basis of 90% of what you just said? The one thing that I really catch in the middle of this is, as a man, I say, anybody, a man,
You mean
woman,
you
race,
as a man?
anybody,
What the
just
fuck just
excuse,
happened?
no,
Hold on. Wait
no,
a
no,
minute.
no,
What?
no. You just said, and if I, as a man, say to you, there, a man, woman, the person down the street, a million people can observe and see somebody that's 600 pounds and think that they need to do something about it. It has nothing to do with being a man. And I have not done and turned around. And as soon as a man calls me on something, turn around and check out. So your whole statement has no basis in reality.
What the fuck did you just say?
See, what you just did is you turned this adversarial conversation.
Angry man, go ahead. Grace, somebody, I don't know. What the fuck? I digress. My mic is muted. Y'all rock the fuck out.
Hold on, Smitty. Hold on, Smitty. Leanne, what's the problem with him saying as a man?
I'm saying that he's going off on this tangent about what I'm taking from his conversation. So maybe I took it the wrong way. What I'm taking, not conversation, his diatribe. What I take from it is, if I were in an individual situation, that I'm the type of woman that if somebody's going to critique my behavior for my betterment, to raise me up, that I'm going to cancel them out, turn tail, and call them stupid. Am I incorrect in my perception?
I don't think that's not what he was saying.
Then
what he was saying was, he said as a man, because he is a man, and he was talking from the perspective of being your man and speaking from an authoritative position. That's what he was talking about.
Regardless, okay, fine. I took that incorrectly. I'll stand corrected on that specific point. I don't see the necessity to establish that he is a man.
You took it one way. You took it one way, and that's the problem. It's not your way. It's one fucking way. It's the one way that I think. It's the one dynamic, the one bubble that I'm encompassed in. And anything outside of that motherfucker, I can't think nothing beyond that.
But hold on, bro.
Like that shit crazy to me, yo.
But why is that such a sensitivity for a man to say that he's a man and establish the fact that he's a man when he's speaking to a woman? Why is that a problem?
He'd already established that at the first opening statement. If I were your man, blah, 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 blah. Then he says, as a man, like somehow a man has a higher authority of observation towards a woman than another human being does.
I establish my stance at every waking moment of my presence.
Oh my God.
Okay, so hold on for a second. Because let me say this. What is this thing with modern women where you always feel the need to emasculate men?
I didn't emasculate anything.
That's exactly what you were just doing.
How is it so damn threatening to have him not have to reestablish?
No. What I was saying was threatening to you, so you try to demasculate me because it was threatening to you. Stop the fuck shit.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Here's the thing. What you said was emasculating. I'm telling you from the position. Let me ask you this. Are you a guy? Are you a man? No, right?
I'm not.
Okay, so you don't understand how men see. This goes back to what we were talking about earlier when it comes to communication. When you say that you didn't do something to another person, you don't understand how men take that. It's women today that view men in a certain light. Oh, a man always want to rule everything. A man always want to be in charge. Man. So the moment that a man speaks like a man, in other words, asserts his authority, it's like, well, why did you need to say that? And it's like, it's not that serious.
It is when it's diminutive.
When it's what?
When a man has to assert his authority as a man in an effort to be diminutive of a woman, it is an issue.
No, it's not.
Why?
Did you create the society we live in? If you were in trouble right now and you called the police, some men are going to show up to help you, right?
Possibly.
Okay, the toilet you sit on was created by a man. The house you live in is created by a man. The car you drive is created by a man. What is wrong with a man speaking the facts about who he is? That is your insecurity.
It isn't an insecurity because women can build cars, women can do plumbing, they can build a fucking toilet, and they can build a house.
This world was built. Man came first. We come
Wait.
from
Don't go in the Bible.
We come from
Grace.
a man.
Wait. Check this out. Hold on.
It's reality.
I'm not saying
I
that.
damn sure spat your ass out my nut.
Hold on.
That's okay. When there's martial law and the purge come out, we're gonna see who she gonna call out to.
Look, here's the thing though. Here's the thing about this. Look, here's the thing about this. Okay. We know that women can do plumbing. Okay. But who invented plumbing? Who taught them how to do plumbing? This conversation will just keep going in a circle. And I'm not trying to say this to diminish women, but women have to acknowledge men the same way you want to be acknowledged.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of
gas right now.
Instead of trying to emasculate a man by proving to him, oh, just because you're a man don't mean you can tell me what to do, because that's really what that was. That's really what, and I don't even know why y'all say stuff like that, because when your homegirl tell you something, you don't listen to her either.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that that women today behave like petulant children.
Damn near based on anything homegirls say. What the fuck are we talking about?
Like it is not that serious. Like,
and guys,
my bad.
No, it's okay, sir. I have the statistics here. It says studies have found that children from single mother households are 5 times more likely to commit suicide than children from both unbroken household and single father households. 9 times more likely to drop out of high school, 10 times more likely to abuse chemical substances, 4 times more likely to commit rape, 20 times more likely to end up in prison, 32 times more likely to run away from home. The list does not stop there. Single mother households also account for 70% of all teen pregnancies, 70% of all child murders. They account for the majority of filicide cases, which means yes, a child living in a single mother household is more likely to be deleted by their parent. It is proven fact in studies.
And whose fault is
the
it
majority
that
of
women
single
are all
mothers.
single? It's not all women. Women aren't all choosing to be single
Women have
parents. They just happen to end up that way.
Women have 34 forms of contraceptives. You allowed that man to shoot up the club. You have this end of the word to see if you're going to keep that baby. There are men out there telling women, I don't want a kid. I don't want to be a father. But a woman will still force a child on that man and then get him for child support.
I know of at least 3 men off the top of my head who have over 10 kids. I've got a dude that I know right now who has 10 fucking children, and his 16-year-old daughter is on her 4th fucking child.
And neither one of those children had to be born based upon the woman's decision. The man does not have any reproductive right.
He was married to the woman that produced that child, but he doesn't choose to be in her kid's life right now.
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, men do not have any reproductive rights. Women have reproductive rights. Women decide whether or not a child is going to be born. Point blank.
So is it the single mom? Is it the parent of the 16-year-old with 4 children now? Is it the mom's fault or is it the dad's fault?
Who raised her?
Right now, the mom raised them because dad pieced the fuck out.
And it's the mom's fault.
Well, what about the dad? Who thinks he's good?
He's not there. How the hell is it going to be his fault if he's not there?
Then why isn't he there? Did she hold a gun to his head and keep him away?
No. Stop the dumb shit. Hold on. Because I actually went through that. You know how when I was going through some stuff with the mother of my child. I actually said to myself, okay, I'm gonna let you get this check from the government. I didn't realize that while we were in my apartment at the time, this is when we first had my daughter. She's 15 now. This was like 2009, something like that. I had to leave my own fucking home just so Zaddy can walk in and see that that nigga ain't here so she can get a check. The fuck you talking about? Every incentive has been given to women to go ahead and say, fuck that man. All the way down to we'll give you cell phones, tablets, utilities paid, you name it. We're not going to play these games tonight. We're not going to be disingenuous, and we're not going to, you know, pull the bullshit.
But we're not. But we don't even got to go that deep into it.
Really, bro.
We don't even got to go that deep into it. How irresponsible is it for a person to have 10 children if they're having repetitive dysfunctional relationships? How irresponsible is that?
All his 10 children aren't with the same woman.
Again, so he just started being dysfunctional after the 10th child?
I don't know when the fuck he started being dysfunctional.
Exactly.
I'm just telling you that when he tries to have a conversation,
so how the fuck you got such a strong ass claim? How the fuck do you got such a strong ass claim if you don't even know?
Wait a minute.
Relax.
How are you going to make a claim about something if you don't know all the details of that situation? If you don't know whether or not he's being dysfunctional or she's being dysfunctional, you don't know why the relationship ended. If you don't know those details, then you can't say, oh, well, he was sorry or he was this or he was that. However, on the flip side, if he's not in that household to influence that child in a positive or negative way, and the mother is there, and then that child goes out and has 4 kids while she's, has 4 kids starting out as a teen, we know for a fact that she raised that child. We know that for a fact. If she's in that household with the child, we know she has had influence over that child, which means at some point she fails somewhere. Now, if we want to,
yes, but whose fault is it that he's not there influencing the child?
Leanne, we've been blaming men for over 50 fucking years, and the shit is getting worse.
I'm not trying to blame all men. I'm asking you in this one situation how you solve the problem.
Hold on. Women have been blaming men for 50 plus years. In fact, they've blamed men so much that men have stepped up their game when it comes to being in their child's lives, and the problem is still persisting. The reason why is because you are pointing the blame in the wrong direction. At some point, you are going to have to hold the mothers accountable for the dysfunction of their children. At some point. It can't
why
always
does it not? No, answer this question. Why